So today we're going to do some work on the 335i. I'm going to explain what's going on, so if you don't want to hear that, just fast forward like 2 or 3 minutes. But I think I've got an injector problem with this car. In fact, I'm almost confident I have. This car, when you start it on a cold start in the morning, runs perfectly, beautiful, no problems. If you drive it for an hour, shut it off, turn it back on, beautiful. Starts no problem, no issues whatsoever. If you, after it's fully warmed up and you get out of the car, right, and you shut it off, and let's say you go to the grocery store, let's say you're in there 30 minutes, and you come back out, not even 30, 10, 15, same problem. When you go to restart that car, when it first starts, it kind of bogs down and hiccups a little bit, and you can see the tack on it, like it's unsure what to do, and it's basically misfiring is what's happening. I have never gotten a code ever, so I don't know which injector is my problem. I have a suspicion it's number 6, possibly number 3, because when I did the plugs in this, they were wet, as if they'd be having fuel leak on them. So what I think is happening is one or two of my injectors are sticking open after you shut the car off, and it's just leaking out fuel. And then if you go to restart it within 30 minutes, an hour, or something like that, all that fuel's in the cylinder, and it's coughing and choking and doesn't know what to do. Another reason why I suspect my fuel injectors is if you shut this car off when it's warm and you leave the key in it, and if you just sit in it with the key, it's one of them smart keys, right? So the car knows the key is in the car. So what it'll do, and I've put it on a scan tool as well, the pressure will leak down, the fuel pressure will leak down, and then the car, because the key's in it, it'll prime it back up. So if you left the key in the car and walked away, that thing would just keep priming over and over and over and over again, and you'd completely flood out the engine. Right? So the fuel pump randomly is coming on and repriming the system because it's losing fuel pressure. So it's classic stuck injector. I mean, yeah, it could be the check valve in the pump. Yeah, it could be other things, but my symptoms are, I've done a little more research and I've pulled the plugs and I can see that they're soaking in fuel. So I'm fairly confident it's not the pump, it's not a check valve. It's definitely a fuel injector sticking. And I think it's 3 and 6. I can't quite remember which ones were wet when I did the plugs, but I definitely have 6 for sure. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to pull all the injectors out of this thing. I'm going to clean them all. I think they're just full of carbon. Again, no codes or anything. They seem to work just fine when they're hot, when they're cold. I think they're just one or two of them sticking is all it is. So I'm going to show you guys how to get to your injectors, pull them out. A couple of things you need to do. Well, you don't need to, but you should. Replace the seals on the injectors, because once you take them out, if you don't replace that injector within a few minutes, that seal swells up and you won't be able to get it back in. So I would highly recommend, if you take an injector out of this car, unless you're shoving it right back in, go ahead and buy yourself a set of injector seals. Buy the decoupling rings as well, and I'll show you guys those. And then if you are doing all that, you need a special tool because it's a BMW, right? So there's a special tool that's used to reinstall the injector seals. If you don't have that special tool, it's almost impossible to get the seal shrunken, so you basically wouldn't be able to put the injector back in. You could put a new seal on and you wouldn't be able to install it, right? That's kind of why you need the tool. I did read online people have gotten away with using like caps off of Bic pens and things like that. Screw that. It's not worth risking damaging a seal doing something like that. I mean, yeah, it might work, but just get the tool. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to rip the injectors of this. We're going to clean everything super clean, super spotless. We're going to put new injector seals on each injector, and I'll show you the tool and how that works. And then we're also going to, I got decoupling rings as well, because it's recommended by VM. They're super cheap. I think they were like $2 each or something. Maybe not even that much. So if you're going to go in this deep and do this job, just buy the decoupling ring and the seal and the tool. I'll grab the tool, let you see it. So this is the one I got. I got it off of was it FCP Euro? I think is where I ordered this from. Here's the. I obviously have 6 of everything, right? But here's the decoupling ring that sits on the injector, and then here's your injector seals. Obviously 6 of them. Whoa, So that little rubber seal right there. And then here's the kit you're going to need to install it. These are just to cut the old ones off, which you could do it with a razor blade. I mean, I don't think you really need these. And then this is this is how you install it. There's a little pin that sits in the injector, and then this brass one is number one, or the first one you're going to use to put the ring on, and then shrink it, and then I think the little guy is number 2, and then the tall guy, the last one there. So you basically put that on for 30 seconds each one, shrink that ring weight on, and then you can pop it in. That's kind of how that works. So yeah, that's going to be this video. We're going to take injectors out. It's going to be a kind of a step-by-step, so it's going to be a longer video. If you just want to see how to put the rings in or whatever, I jump around the video. I don't know how long this is going to take. Shouldn't take too long, I wouldn't think. Couple of things before I turn the camera on. I did pull out the cowl and the cabin air filter. I've taken those out in so many videos. If you want to see how to do that, I've got several different ones where you can see that. And if you don't know how to do that, you probably shouldn't be doing injectors. Just saying. So that's already done. So we're going to start it pulling the valve cover off. Okay, here we go. I did put a light up in there, more for you guys than for me. I don't need it. It's a nice day today. So there's 4 Allen keys holding your rocker cover in. And like I said, I did pull this cabin air filter and that plastic piece off already. So you've got 4 or 5 mil Allen keys. Just rip those out. I'm not sure if I need to pull this bar or not. I can't remember if the cover comes off with this. I mean, I think I'm okay to leave it. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, we should be okay. I got interrupted there. I can't remember where I was. Basically, pull your rocker cover off so you can get to this point, right? So here's all your injectors. You have to pull these fuel rails, and I'll show you guys this as best I can. There you go. So hopefully that's a good camera angle. Hopefully I don't get in the way too much. I forgot to say, but before you do this, disconnect your battery. Don't try and do this with the battery connected, because you're pulling off a bunch of wires and stuff here. So the clips for the injectors, that's not as much of a big deal as these little 8mm earth straps. You don't want that stuff like kind of dangling around. If we even need to disconnect them, I'm not sure yet. So for your injector, there's a little flap on each side of them. You just want to get in there with a pick, and then just pull the wiring up out like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's real difficult to get you guys a good camera angle. You probably could just pull them, but I don't want to break anything. So or maybe I'll make this a quicker video and just do a pair so you guys can see that, and then I'll turn the camera off and do the rest. That's probably easier. Let's see. Get a rag. This car is cold, so caution if you're doing this on a hot engine or whatever. Yeah, make sure you depressurize your fuel system. Pull the fuel relay or fuel pump fuse out before you do this. I didn't, so we're gonna squirt fuel, which is no big deal. Actually, we're gonna depressurize it on this side because it'll be easier. You're not going to lose a ton of fuel, right? I mean, it's not ridiculous or anything, but make sure you keep those in order, facing the right way. And you will get fuel at each one of these. So just because you depressurize one doesn't mean you're gonna not have fuel squirting out other ones. Be a little careful there. So it's an E10, it's holding that clamp on. Ooh, tight. Ooh. So in case it's kind of a funky looking bolt. It's inverted Torx, and you're going to need a socket like that to get it out. It's an E10. And we should be able to sneak these up without pulling those wires. And that's what I was saying about these clamps. You see the curve in that? You know, make sure you put that back on the right way. Like if you were to install that upside down, you'd be in some trouble. So yeah, our front two injectors they're ready to go. I have no idea if mine are going to be stuck or not. And they're wiggling. Well, that one's wiggling. Yeah, they're both wiggling, so they might pull right up. Best thing for these is an injector puller, which just basically has a little tiny slide hammer on it, and you just pop it like that, and it'll pull them out for you. I don't have an injector puller, so let's see if we can come up with something to get them out. Let's see if we can get them kind of workless with these guys. You want to be kind of gentle here. Don't damage threads or anything. So not too bad. You just gotta kind of manhandle it out a little bit, and holy shit! Can you guys look? Can you guys see how much carbon and shit's on the? Oh, let me see if I can get this. You see that crap? This one isn't even freaking sticking. So yeah, that's gonna be our issue, I'm sure of it now. Here's the little decoupler ring that we're going to replace as well, right? No big deal. Here's our seal. You can see how tight that is to the injector. Well, the new one, when you put it on, is real loosey-goosey, which is why you need the tool to compress it, right? Let's see what revision these are. It looks like it's revision 10. Okay. So yeah, that didn't come out too hard. I mean, it came out hard, but not, I've seen a lot worse. So these are all getting cleaned up, spotless. And then I'll show you guys how to install the new seal and everything. Like I said, I'm just going to do two, and then I'll do the rest off the camera there. Otherwise, this video it'd be pretty long. Why is this one covered in oil? Yeah, this guy's got some oil on him. Yeah, see that? We have to take a little looky-loo in there. Oh, you know what that is? You know why there's oil in there? I'll fucking tell you why. Last time I did an oil change on this car, I missed the cap, and the oil fell down around the back. Oh shit! I thought I had a freaking leak or something, but no, that's all it is. And it's just a little puddle of oil in there. But that one's not too bad. Compared to that number one that came out. Oh, sorry, I'm struggling. There you go. So that one's not too bad. But yeah, that's why there's oil down there. All right, so we got two wide. I'm going to spin you guys around and show you how to clean them and rebuild them here. It's pretty easy. So you really don't need a lot of tools to do this job. You know, you don't need a lift or anything like that. You just, Allen key, 14 mil spanner. Yeah. Try and keep these in order. This is number 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Our bracket, our tool with all our new parts, right? So we'll start by cutting the old seals off. We got to set our tool for that. But hopefully that's in frame there. You just want to set that tool just until the two cutters overlap and then lock it. And that should be you right. Come in here, like so. Squeeze it. There we go. Try that again. I'm gonna set the cutters in a little further. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you heard them click there. So now we should be able to come in. Just cut that. Should be it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, let's see. Can you see? It's really bright behind the camera, so I'm really struggling to see the screen. But that's all that tool does. It comes in and just cuts that little ring right clean off. So now you're right to clean it up. This guy's nasty. So we're going to use some isopropyl alcohol to clean it up, and you can see my decoupler rings as well. They're really loose, and there's some marks in this injector where this thing's been rattling around. So we're gonna swap that too. So no big deal. Just got three little ears on it. Take it off. Get yourself some rubbing alcohol. Let's just clean this bad boy up. You know, be kind of gentle with it, right? I mean, don't be going crazy on this thing. Don't want to damage anything. You know, just rub it real gentle. And yeah, it really doesn't take much to clean it up. There's the rag there. Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't use a brush or sandpaper or anything like that. And make sure you hold the injector so you don't drop it. Hopefully you guys can see them. Again, I'm struggling to see the screen. It really doesn't take much to clean these up. Yeah, I drove this car almost 2,500 miles in the last month. I drove it to Pennsylvania and back, and yeah, a couple of different times. And I was driving the snot out of it too. So I really give it a good run. Yeah, like I said, a couple thousand miles at least, if not more. I was driving the piss out of it too. Except for Virginia, because I can't use radar detectors in Virginia. Super illegal there. If them Virginia cops catch you with a radar detector, they take it, and yeah, you're not getting it back. I mean, that's it, and you're getting a ticket and probably reckless driving. They give you a reckless driving in Virginia for 10 over. Yeah, so if 80 and the 70, you're getting a reckless driving ticket, which is a bunch of points. It's just a bad deal. So Virginia, I mean, they use airplanes and everything to monitor your speed. They're ridiculous. So I tend to behave myself in Virginia to a degree. I mean, if there's a big straight and you know, I can see half a mile up in front of me. I'll give her the beans. I'll hit 130, 150. But then as soon as I can't see what's in front of me, that's it. 70 miles an hour again. You don't take a ride in Virginia too much. So I can even see the injector holes in this injector. I'm not sure if you're going to see that in the camera, right? But you can see the 2 little injector holes on this. I mean, it's super clean now. Just going to clean where the seal goes. Yeah, this guy's ready to go. Put a new seal on him. Put him back in. I'll do that now so you guys can see that piece of it. And then if you want to watch me do another one, you can. And then I'm going to shut the camera off. And then after I'm all done, we'll start it back up. I'll record that, I guess. So get yourself a new decoupling ring. That's what they call them. Slide that bad boy on. There you go, it's nice and tight. The other one was all loosey-goosey, it's rattling all over the place. That one spins nice, but has no rattle. So, yeah, make sure you do that. And grab a new seal. Oh, don't drop it, don't drop it! I drop something in almost every freaking video. It's crazy. Yeah, so before you, I haven't used this before, right? So, but before you use this tool, make sure the ring is sitting all the way at the end of the cone. Otherwise the tool won't get it right. And I'll show you guys that. Oh, I don't want to. So there you go. So once you get it to the end of the cone, you'll be able to push it right back into its spot, just like that. So there's our new seal on, and you can see it's all loose. There's no way you'd get that back into the car at this point, right? So now you take the brass one and the fat end first, and like I say, it's tapered, and you just slide that over like so. Right? You want to let it sit like that for about 10-15 seconds. Get your number 2 ready, which I measured these. This one is less than a millimeter different. So let that sit like that for a minute, not even a minute, and then we'll pop it off. Grab the next one, do the same thing. And that one doesn't go all the way down, and then your last one does go all the way down. And I'll show you guys that. Alright, let's do it. And then this one's basically the installer one. I thought that went all the way down, but maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. It sits like that. Okay. I thought that went all the way down to the bottom, but it doesn't seem to do that, so no big deal. But basically, when you take this off, that rubber Teflon ring will be nice and tight against the injector. You should be able to pop it right into the car. Which, let me switch you guys over here so you can see that. Oh boy, we're getting it. There we go. Hopefully that's good enough. Up a little, there we go. Alright, so hopefully that's good enough. So this should be ready to go in at this point. And this is our number 1, no big deal. Let me just get a little Q-tip and clean out. I was cleaning out where that injector sat. Not a bad thing to do, not a bad idea if you're doing this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's sitting nice and tight. Let's drop it in. I gotta get in front of you guys. There we go. I had to get in front of it there just to push it down in, but you'll feel it. It'll sit on the top and then it'll push in hard. And that's how you know it's in at that point, right? You can also tell there's a little piece on the side of the injector. I'll show you. So this little guy right here, whoa, that sits on the head. So when you push it down, this will touch the top of the head. Which ours looks beautiful. So that's it. That's one done. So when I was first making those videos, I wasn't sure if these all went all the way down or not. They do. So when I did my third and fourth one, I tested them before I put the rings in, and they slid on and off. So I was like, all right, they all have to go all the way home. So this is injector number 4. This is injector number 3. So it'll be finished first, and then 4 will get this cap again all the way down. They're a bit of a bitch to take off. I mean, they're hard to get on too, but getting them off is kind of difficult. I'm struggling a little bit. My hands have, like, you see the indentations in them. Just, yeah. Freaking BMWs, man. So let's try and drop 3 in. Ooh, 3 came off. Nice and easy. Oh yeah, lovely. It slotted right in. So these are, I mean, I've been leaving them on longer too, to try and make them easier to get them off, but I mean, I tell you what, you got to pull and pull and pull at them. And you got to keep them straight so you don't damage the, oh my God. Okay, so this is injector 4 now with the big one on it. Jeez. Oh yeah. But after you do all that, like I struggle with them or whatever, man, they just slide right in like it was nothing. So that's good. Kind of hoping I didn't screw the first 2 up. I mean, I don't think I did. I mean, that felt like they went home just fine. So we'll start it with the cover off. Make sure it's not leaking. Ooh. We'll light a match dinner and see. This number 6 one is, oh my God. My fingers are sore. I've been cleaning it so much. It's almost there though. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Move. I don't know what's gonna work there, but it's good enough. Let's get it in. Oh,
Lunch assistant.
I'm stabbing. Wife brought me a burger, which is good since she's a vegetarian. Starving. I always make a few jokes about her touching my meat. She didn't make it. She just heated it up. I grilled it yesterday. But it's still good for a few touch my meat jokes. A little bit of dirt in your burger's all good. Put hair in your bollocks. do it. Oh, it's a good burger. All right, number 5 is ready to go. Let's get the big guy on it. I did find, yeah, like anything, I've never done this before, right? This kit doesn't come with instructions. Big deal. But if you leave them on here for like 2 or 3 minutes each, it makes it way easier to pull them on and off. So this got like another minute or 2. I kind of rushed the first couple. It still worked, I think. I guess only when I started it's leaking, but way easier if you just let it sit there for a few minutes. So I'll show you. This has been on here for 3 or 4 minutes, right? Like the first time I did it, I only let it sit on there for a little while. I could not get it off. I mean, it was fighting me like crazy. But since it's been on here for 3 or 4 minutes, it just pops off. Get your last one, push it right on. No big deal. So definitely, if you're doing this, leave these tools on here for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes each one. Yeah, we just need to put the 6th one back in, and we're done. Can't hurry up and wait right now. I'm crossing my fingers. I didn't screw up the number 1 or 2 one in case we have any. I don't want to leak. You know, I don't have any more injector rings, so if we do have a leak, the car ain't going anywhere. We'll cross our fingers for good things. Just to make life easier, getting these back in, I've been putting a little tissue inside the socket, and you just shove the bolt in, and then it won't fall out, right? So, top trick for you. I've showed that in several videos, and it makes it easier putting this back together. All right, jump in. Turn the ignition on. Don't start the car. So just do everything you normally do. Just don't hit the brake pedal. Got it. So you just have to jump in there and press the button.
Okay.
Don't hit the brake pedal.
Okay.
Are the red lights on?
Yeah. The brake light is on.
Hit it again.
There we go.
Turn the fan off. So turn the car off.
Okay.
So just do it, hit it again. Yeah.
Again.
And hit it again. Alright, I just want to make sure. Oh. Just making sure there's no leaks. Alright, go ahead and start. going to throw the engine cover on it while it's running, because I'm going to do an oil change on this as well before I take it for a drive and warm it up. So yeah. Is that a misfire? Yeah, so I'm just gonna let it warm up a while and then do an oil change. But that's how you do your, clean your injectors, put new seals on them, put new decoupling rings on them. That's it. With that tool, if you buy it, be patient. I was not patient, so it made it a little more difficult. On the third one, I realized that, and it was super easy after that. So leave them on there for 3-4 minutes at peace, at least, if not longer. And yeah, that's it. Job done.